What's going on, everybody? How you doing? All right. Today's video, this is a donation request. This is for Matt. We're doing a few from this band called LEPROUS. Never heard of these guys. Norwegian progressive metal. All right. Maybe they're saxophone. Lots of past members. All right. We'll get to it. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos, all kinds of videos nowadays. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, all kinds of ways, you get super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, and I do donation requests just like this one. So if there's something you want me to watch, listen to, talk about, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, in the notes section, leave a link, leave a description, let me know what you want the video to be on, and I will make the video. You can also email me at jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. Thank you guys. All right, LEPROUS. All right, what does Matt say? Took me a while to pick these because their music is all over the place. I wanted to give you a range of what they sound like. The main issue is I don't know a lot of their older stuff, which is heavier and more growl vocals, so you will get what routinely makes it onto my playlist. The band is LEPROUS. First time I ever heard of them was when I heard a song called The Architect by Haken. Yes, Haken. Remember them? Yes, Haken. There is a middle section with some fry growl vocals, which were done from the lead singer of LEPROUS. Honestly, I hated it. It made me look them up to see who made such a horrible sound. You will kind of hear it in the first song, but I have heard his older stuff and it's much better. So I guess the Haken song was more of a one-off. Okay, I can't really tell you more about them as I really do not know, other than they are from Norway and the drummer is insane. Okay. First song we're doing is called Slave, live. First song I heard from them. I don't know why they have two drummers on this tour. I read it was them having their old drummer join for a while, but not sure if that was true or if this was just one concert where they had him play. Okay, all right. And I have to end at 6 minutes and 40 seconds because it's like a DVD thing, which tells me hopefully it doesn't get blocked. You know, you never know about all that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, just to bring it up briefly, not to make the video about all that copyright stuff. Like if you guys watch Rick Beato and he's talking about all that stuff, you know, I mean, I'm nowhere near the same stratosphere as Rick Beato, but all my old videos, I get daily. If it didn't get hit immediately when I upload, daily, I'm getting emails of all of them just not getting taken down, but copyright claim, which, you know, I'm as a musician and a writer and all that kind of thing. I get it. I'm not like, hey, what do you do? You know, I get it. But, you know, then you see other people, like there was another guy who I've seen before. I'm not going to name him, but he did a video recently that I watched where he was saying people that react to songs and bands and stuff like that make all this money, and you know, anybody that doesn't, you know, they're lying and this, that, and the other thing, and there's ways around it. You can email the labels and, you know, having all that stuff. Fuck all that shit. That's not accurate. That's not my truth. That is not accurate. I mean, I'm not emailing labels and trying to, you know, I'm not doing that kind of thing, right? I'm just not going to reach out to Sony or whoever. I'm not going to do that and like deal with them on that kind of level. It's just too much hassle. Anyways. So yeah, point being, there's not money in that. This is among the reasons why I'm moving away from it. 'Cause I'm just like, I have too much on my plate. The things that I spend my time on, I need to make money on. So as much as I like music and like checking out new music, yeah, I have to. All the other videos that I've been doing lately, I get paid for every single one of those. That's has never happened with any of the past videos. Anyways, back to this. LEPROUS. What do we got here? Norwegian prog metal band formed in 2001. Formed by singer and keyboardist and guitarist. Releasing several demos with relatively unstable lineups, band released their first studio album, Tall Poppy Syndrome, in 2009. That's a while. Wow. They subsequently gained prominence as a live backing band of Isan, who in turn contributed on several Leprous records as guest singer and producer. Claimed 2011 album Bilateral led to further attention. After 2 albums which followed the same musical direction, Cole, The Congregation, Leprous took a more rock-oriented, less metal approach with Melina. Their first record not to feature harsh vocals. Okay. Band mixing art, rock, pop, and progressive influences into their 2019 Pitfalls album. So they don't have a ton of albums. Is that what I'm hearing? Century Media, Inside Out Century Media. Typically classified as progressive metal or prog rock, singled out for its progressive elements, peculiar harmonies, accomplished vocals, and blending of different genres. Their sound has also been categorized as avant-garde metal and alternative metal. Okay. Gonna be cool to check out a few of these. However, the band members do not affiliate themselves with a specific genre. Of course they don't. Okay. While all the members contribute to Leprous' music, the guitarist has penned most of the lyrics and singer-keyboardist composes the backbone of most of their songs. Both are the only constant members in the band's lineup. In his formative years, the frontman took singing and piano lessons, and he used to notate Leprous songs, but later stopped doing so after feeling that their compositions written intuitively were better. So wait a minute. He used to notate Leprous songs, notating it, but later stopped doing so after feeling their compositions written intuitively were better. I don't understand what they're saying by that. Notate, that's just meaning he's like writing it out, sheet music, right? Writing out the notes, all that kind of stuff. But then they're talking about composition. Writing it out and composing in that way is not the same thing. That's why I'm like, that needs to be clarified. Anyways, band has emphasized their intention of taking different approaches on every album. The use of 8-string guitar. That's too many. Has been a consistent element of the band's style. Contrary to the prevalent uses in modern prog metal and gent, the guitar player's playing style includes the use of complex chords and a variety of alternate guitar tunings, all often necessitated by the fact the chord progressions are originally written by the keyboardist. Okay. As of Pitfalls, the use of 8-string guitars has decreased. Instead, it is the first album to feature acoustic guitars, as well as band members rotating to perform additional keyboards and percussion live. Mars Volta, Omar Rodriguez Lopez, Opeth, Porcupine Tree, and Dillinger as 4 biggest great guitar influences. Hey, okay, all right. This is great company. Omar, super prolific. If you didn't know, super prolific. Okay. So yes, the only 2 constants, and they've had like a zillion other members, right? Maybe not a zillion. This looks like it's a zillion, but then when you look at it this way, it's like, okay, that's maybe not a zillion. And okay, they've got 8 albums. Cool. And I think, yes. So this is what we're doing first. This is Slave live at Rockefeller Music Hall. And this was a live album. So this, it could be like a DVD. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked. It might get blocked. Just saying. And this came out in 2016. Song is Slave, what album is this off of? So it's off of the Congregation album from 2015. It's also the first album of the band without drummer Tobias, who was replaced with Bard and with Simon, on bass. Okay. So maybe that has something to do with that whole 2-drummer thing. You said there's 2 drummers. Unfortunately, there's no information on this live at Rockefeller Music. All right, let's just get into it. All right, here we go. Slave, bam. I like the keys sound. Woo. Okay. mic is just straight up. Just floating on top. I like that kind of thing, you know? Nice. Nice melody. So much space in the music, it's great. You know? It's not too much. Yeah, that's nice. Dig it. I gotta make sure I stop at 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Alright. Again, too many strings. It's not using half of them. Bass player's got 4 strings. What do you need 8 for? Come on, man. Show the bass more. Yeah. Yeah. Guy's playing a Fender. Good on you. This is nice. Oh, this is super nice. He probably knew it too. Bass. I'm wondering if the bass player is strung B-E-A-D, you know, with the low string. All right. There it is. They ended it with it. Cool. All right, there it is. I thought that was great. Love it. Love it. I thought that was great. Really cool. Anytime that, you know, it can happen multiple ways, but, you know, anytime it feels like the vocals are just like floating on top of some chaos that's underneath. And this was like, this chaos had a lot of space, right? It was heavy and it had a lot of space. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's like, it's really active and churning, but the vocals are just floating on top. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for that because I like nice melody. Because when it's just floating on top, it allows you to kind of feel and hear the relationship more between the melody and the harmony. And I love that. That's what really makes moments in music to me. Among the, you know, there's more than just that, but, you know, that's an aspect of music that I really like. That gets me a lot. Just a melody harmony relationship. And when you have a melody that's just feels like it's floating on top, there's more room for that. I like it. I think this is great. I love it. I love it. I like that it's heavy, and I really like that there's a lot of space with the band. It didn't take me too long to, you know, be cool with how he's singing it, you know, because he's saying like he's just outwardly saying, and then he goes into like a falsetto, and at first you're just like, oh, and then it's like, okay, yeah, but it's nice. It's a nice melody. He sounds good. I could probably listen to it again for that middle section where he's like kind of growling a bit more. Yeah, this is all really cool. You know, it's getting way heavier. Where are the vocals? I want to hear the vocals over this. Immediately, it reminds me of like Randy Blythe. Immediately, that's what I hear. Like early, you know, when I was in a Lamb of God, it was like the early stuff. Like I saw them after their first album came out, New American Gospel. I was in high school and I went and saw them at Birch Hill, and they were they were the opening band for like, who else was it? It was the Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse was headlining. And I think Dimmu Borgir was on the bill, and they were opening. And I had never heard of them before, and they're one of the only bands that I've seen live, never hearing them before. And I was so floored. I went out and bought the album the next day. I was like, they fucking murdered. Anyways, yeah. So like that early, and that first record is so raw. I love it. That first record, I played the shit out of that. Out of New American Gospel. It reminds me of that. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same, but it just has like a certain quality to it that reminds me of it. I think it's cool because it's not like it's not like that, you know, it's not like in a death metal kind of way. I'm not like a metal vocal, you know, expert in any way. I'm not in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, they're definitely like intense metalheads. You know, I like all kinds of music. I play all kinds of music. I like all kinds of music. And I like metal. You know, I've always been into metal to some extent. The most I listened to it was definitely in high school, for sure. Definitely in high school. And then beyond that, it kind of like comes and goes because I'm listening to so much other stuff, you know. And I never felt the urge, even in high school, I never felt the urge to play bass in a metal band. That's not, yeah. That was never a thing that I felt like I needed or wanted to do, even though I liked the music. But as a bass player, like I was just always more into, you know, R&B, so like that type of bass. You know, I mean, this is my bass. You know, it's like this is like, you know, it's got flat wounds on it. If that tells you enough. And Lord knows when they've been changed. I don't even know. You know, that type of thing. I'll leave them on until they break, right? Man, I had these strings. I still have 3 of them, but I think they were on the bass for like 10 years or almost 10 years. It was maybe not that long. Maybe it was more like 7 or 8. And they broke on a gig. One of them broke. I was so sad because they sounded so good. They just sounded so flat wounds. They just sound better with time. You know, they sounded so good. And I still have 3 of them. I'm just going to keep them until I die and then they'll get thrown away. But I still have them. Anyways, yeah. So there it is. I dig it. I really like it. I do. I really like this. I thought this was great. Love the melody. And I love the space that the band gives. It's awesome. Love it. All right. Very cool. Up next, we got another. We'll get to it. I'll catch you then later.